Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday marketing call. We're going to kind of wrap up. We've been talking about content this morning before we got to this point, kind of going back over it, especially during the holiday season, and what you can do to combat people not really putting content up. Right now, as it stands, national news is pretty tame when it comes to discussing business. It certainly helps when they're just not talking about the economy. They're not talking about housing prices right now. They're not talking about people spending $9 billion on credit cards. They're not talking about the debt people are building up. They're more worried that, Powell should probably, take a week off. That's, by the way, that story has been trending. The other Fed chiefs from the other states, Fred, are all recommending that Powell shouldn't do it again in December, which to me is kind of funny that they all think, yeah, he should just skip this one and go back to it, after the first of the year. Everything is about getting people to spend money, put it back into the economy, makes the current political setup happy, makes people want to vote for him. It's bull. So for those of you that get emails, or those of you that are watching this, there's probably a link in the description, certainly. Fred had a piece of content that he shared with everybody this past week. And I certainly used that piece of content. And we did 2 days of a mastermind last week, and I wanted to share the results of what you shared, Fred. So what you're looking at is the back end of Lori's Las Vegas Realtor website. That content was added right here. Now, I know it says Sunday, November 27th, but if you look at the time, it's never right on Jetpack. I don't know what, there's some, like they're on GMT time. I don't know what their time schedule is. But that's actually Saturday. And I sent the email out Saturday evening, right after I shared that content. So it gave everybody the ability to set up, certain pages. So on the first day of putting it out, it certainly got views. And if you look at it, it actually came directly from Facebook. And there's Fred's article. I posted it just as it was. I used a canned photo. I inserted Lori's information, but there's a carryover effect. Now, I have added no other additional content since that day. I have not boosted it. I have not shared it. I shared it on the first day only. Second day got another 3 views. And as of today, again, I don't know what their time span is, somewhere last night to right now, it's now jumped and it's further into the vocabulary. And now the website has had 20 views. The only thing on this website right now, because it's set up like a blog right now, I've got a VR working on all the websites and doing certificates and lots of technical things that nobody cares about. Lori's site is just set up like a blog. If you go there to lasvegasrealtor.io, it's the first story on the front page. It's very straightforward. But my goal was to brand Las Vegas Realtor and Lori with her phone number, right? And certainly a way to contact her. And that's what I did. That's all that I did, right?
That looks, by the way, you did an excellent job with the way that the article looks. And I'm not surprised, by the way, but that I think everybody should copy this in the group, because this is really good what you just put together here.
So let me share the bait on it, Fred, because you were brilliant. Again, I didn't want to go crazy, right? I didn't want to cheat it. I didn't want to use a boost. I didn't want to do anything. So here's the actual original post. Look carefully how I did it. Okay. I shared it from the website. Okay. I shared it as a blog page itself. I didn't put in the whole piece that Fred gave me. I made sure that if somebody was interested beyond number 2, where he put in that long and, right, click below and read more. They click below and read more. They go to the website, just like that.
So it's a teaser. You just did a teaser.
I did a teaser. And then, of course, I did exactly what I said I would do that anybody else can do without spending a dime, which is I moved it over and I shared it to groups. I shared it to everything Las Vegas based. There was only one of those groups that turned the content down. And I've been doing this lately. If you get somebody who turns down your content, don't rehammer it, right? Just click on it and remove yourself from that group. If the other 8 groups took your content, there you go. I have been doing this specifically with boxing content, right? I think I have 20 different groups totaling over 2 million people, and a couple of them turned down some YouTube videos. And I just removed myself from the group. Why would I fight with them? I'm not here to try to jam it because you don't want a negative reputation on your page. You want them to index your page. So that's why it still says boost your post. I didn't boost the post. I just shared it. I switched over to my profile, right? Because I already had them in place. I'm not going to lie about that. I've already done the back end on that work. And I'll show you exactly what I did with that content. By the way, I constantly share onto this page, which increases the footprint of the exposure. I don't know why people don't share more stuff on their page, but here's the actual original content I'm sharing as myself because I'm already a member of those groups, right? And all I did was type in Las Vegas, and every site you see here, excluding the Fight Club, which goes to a different thing. Local business took it. Home-based business took it. Las Vegas real estate took it. Business owners, Las Vegas free stuff, Las Vegas community yard sale, and Las Vegas buy and sell. They all took the content. And again, I'll say it again. The results are proofs in the pudding. Seems to be working to me, Fred. Fred's on the phone.
Sorry, I was on the phone, but then I forgot to unmute myself. So, but yeah, very good. I mean, I think it's a great post, and
it is a really, really good post, and it attracts a certain kind of person, right? Like this is specifically for people who are in the market to buy. Now, when did I post it? When they're at home and they're with their family and they're probably not really buying anything over this weekend. However, I expect the rollout to occur. You've always got to put in the front end to get the back end. This is no different than the red videos. Do I think when Lori gets a phone call from somebody who's interested, they're going to go, oh, I saw the post you put. No, they're just going to call. So if the calls increase with buyers, my opinion, it will be based on this content. I am targeting specifically with this content buyers. I love it. I think it's a great piece, Fred. There were almost no changes that needed to be made. You do need to make a couple of changes because he talks about himself being a lone person in there, but they're very minor changes. I didn't do anything. And again, think just like you would any other news story. Insert your info throughout the piece constantly. And I did. That's it. And I ended right on Fred's, let's have a conversation about it. In fact, if I had to, oops, I'm going to change that last piece a little bit because I think it's a great closer. Go right down to it. I'm going to go bold. And I like a solid heading on it. And then I'm going to update it. Again, tell people to take action. You want to tell people to take action. Don't be afraid of it. There's a reason why every video you see is click the like and subscribe button. Tell people to take an action. And so hammer it. There you go. At the end. Nice job, Fred. It's good content.
Thank you. And I write these things up in 15, 20 minutes. Just because I'll read it because I like the way it reads, and I'll find myself reading it more and more, the more activity that it gets. And then I might make a change here or there, but this one, I think I don't mean to be arrogant, but I think it's really good.
No, it's
And
money. It's money.
I-
Well, and I've got proof. Wait, let me help you out. This is tangible proof from the minute I posted it and put it out there, right? And the initial traffic came in the way that it did to where we are right now. That's proof. I guarantee that I could look at the back end of most everybody who thinks that they have a website that they're not, where did I get that traffic from? Google search. Now I'm getting Google searches, Fred. Killing it after really 3 days. And by the way, it's still just a blog. And I'm not joking about this because I'm building other sites. I want to show this. Is this the other one? Wait, I got 2 of these pages all set up. This one, yeah. What you're looking at is my freelancer back end, right? The guy that I hired to do certificate. He wants my private shares. This is Hardeep, who is currently working on Marvin's, Sarah's. I'm rebuilding Honish.io. I'm putting a security certificate. These are things that are beyond my scope. You're talking about voodoo in my universe, right? Putting security certificates. What's a security certificate? It means it's got an SSL and it's a secured website and anybody can go on it. You can see these little images up here that say view site information up here in the corner. When you don't have it set up correctly, and I've talked about this before, it will say things like not secure. So Hardeep, I think Orange County Realtors is set up. Yep. There's the difference. See, this is Sarah's. Now it's ready to go. It's got a platform already built inside. All I have to do is add the sort of the content to the front. This has been going on for like 4 days for me, Fred, and people don't ever look at this stuff. They really don't. And then get overcharged for it when you have a fiasco and I'll show it. It doesn't make me happy. This fiasco, which is this website. See this? Not secure in red. And this site actually was getting real traffic until I had a security screw up with the certificate. In fact, the screw up is so substantial that Hardeep wants to do it as a separate project because this is a completed website that has to be downloaded. The whole site has to be wiped out, reinstalled. I don't have that kind of time in my day. This is one of he actually wants to delete it, take it down, and do the whole routine all over again from scratch, and then re-upload this whole thing.
And where'd you find this guy? Like on Fiverr?
Freelancer. This is where you can use Fiverr. My problem with Fiverr right now, they want a lot of money for their people. But here's my thing on him. He had 398 reviews. He has 5-star reviews. He delivers on time. He delivers on budget, right? This is about as safe as it's going to get when you're handing over a password.
$15 an hour.
Nobody who's going to he's actually doing all of this work for all of these websites for $100, and he's been on it for 4 days for just that. Yeah, right.
And if he came over to the United States, that's $100 an hour job.
That's the problem with Fiverr right now. All these Fiverr people are, and again, you are turning over passwords. These people are in the back end of your product. He's in cPanels. He could hold me hostage. You know why he won't? He's got 398 reviews, which means he's continuing to get work. And he's actually a nice guy, and he knows English exceptionally well. I've been very happy with him. He doesn't speak human very good, as I like to say. He speaks tech. So the people who knew what they were getting with him, especially with WordPress projects, he's also setting up the SEO on the back end of these websites. As I said, there are hard costs associated with setting up these files correctly. But at the end of the day, A website is literally a TV that's not plugged in. And even when it's plugged in correctly and you got all your apps on it, you got cable plugged in, you still need a person in front of it to operate it and look at the content that's on it. That's a website. That is the people leave out these incredible pieces. They'll make incredible content, but they don't have the platform. They got the platform, but they don't have the content. Then you got to have the traffic to tie in with all three of those. And that was kind of what I was trying to emphasize last week with everything that we were showing you. And the end result should look like that. If you can't do it, then you should hire someone to put that content up. And you want to do it because this is 3 days. 3 days since I really started posting. Okay. 3 days. I got a Google search. I'm winning the game. It's not even a secure website yet. 3 days. And I've already had my first Google search. I'm winning. Got to be honest. You know, you can dispute me all you want. These are hard facts from Jetpack off the back end. This will be the same for Orange County real estate, Realtor, Realtor San Diego, which is Marvin's. That's the goal. And that's why you put content up every day. This is the magic sentence right here. I don't even, if it's one a day, you win, in my opinion. I've shown the back end of, this is my hosting platform that I use. I have no time to prep what I'm about to show you. And I know Harddeep's in here, so let's hope for the best, shall we? I'm going into the WordPress on the back end. Home Advocates lives and dies by one thing. Okay. I guarantee I will have had people Google search 2 words, Home Advocates. It happens every day. I could sell this website. I'm that confident in it because that search pattern is so strong. There it is. In fact, we had some really strong traffic. It's always about the same. A good 10. All right. What do we have? I got 2 from Facebook. That's strong. I don't even know what that's from. I haven't even posted any content from there. That's carryover content. What about the other day? No references. People are coming in from random locations. Normally, wow. Let's look at summaries. When's the last time that happened? I don't think I've ever seen that. What an interesting weekend. I haven't looked at the numbers. 30 days. No. Oh, it's reference. It'll be reference. They'll count it as a reference. I know they will. Something like this. Search engine. There it is. It's under reference. That's where the money is for me, is getting this. Google search is all that there is because that's what matters. That's all that matters. That's all that matters in your business is when they search for a realtor in San Diego or Orange County or Las Vegas or Palm Springs for that matter. Does not matter. If this thing is magically happening, these are the only keywords I'm focusing on. There is nothing else on Home Advocates that you could really key in on, in my humble opinion. That's why I'm kind of blown away that to get 2 references from Facebook in the past 24 hours, and I haven't put any new content up. And look at this. People going over to YouTube, people going over to the Academy. There are people nosing around on the website every day. I don't put any effort into this page 1 search. It's in place. It works. It really does. And that's important. It's really important once that's in play. And that's the goal I wanted here. And apparently, and I just saw it right now. This is this Google thing on day 3 is mind-boggling. It shouldn't be that fast. I got to be perfectly honest. Shouldn't be that fast. Now, this could be on page 4 or 5, or somebody was doing a deep dive looking for a Las Vegas realtor. Not exactly sure. They don't tell you exactly what they search for to wind up here. But it happened. It happened. Because I'm telling you right now, there are only 3 keywords: Las Vegas Realtor. That's it. What you see in the upper left-hand corner is all that there is. In fact, if you look at and it's customization, the only keywords in this whole thing, site identity, its whole site identity is Las Vegas Realtor. Its tagline is Lori's information. So what you see on the front page is really what you get. All of these websites, though, are getting something called DIVI installed, which will give it a more fluid looking. I actually went to the trouble and bought very nice web structure to make these all look like regular websites. The problem I have with WordPress websites, it looks like a blog if you leave it in regular WordPress mode. So I went to the trouble of getting a really good interface to make these things look amazing. Here you go. You should add the add-on for using SSL when available to your browser. Yeah, I agree. Coming out of the world there. So there are the results. If you had followed the instructions that I sent out on Friday to set this whole thing up, and then did exactly what I did on Saturday, this is what your result would have been. I didn't do anything mystical, Fred. I really didn't.
Well, the most important thing is, then the bottom line is always phone calls.
Right.
And
And that happens. I mean, but again, it's like your phone. Do you really check with everybody who calls you on? Did you see something on when you get a new person? Do you ask how they found out about you?
every time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that is one thing I always do. Oh, how did you hear about me? That's that is ingrained in my brain. Always, especially with my rental car business. How did you hear of us? Oh, I saw you on Turo. Oh, I found you on Google. Like, I get organic Google calls all the time, and I'm number 1 on Google in my area. So, and I get that by getting the positive reviews on Facebook. That put me into number 1 position on Google. Pretty amazing, but that's what it did. So now you take this article right here. You got these organic views through Facebook and putting it in the Facebook groups and stuff like that. You got clicks. You've got one person that found you on Google by themselves. Now what you do is you take that same article and you put it out to your database.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And that's what you need to do, along with, I have an email that's 20 something pages long. I would turn this into an article, and I would send this out as one of the articles in my many articles that I send out. How to raise your credit score, tips for selling your home for top dollar in a declining market, how to buy your home 10 to 15% below the current market price, how to raise your credit score, all the different articles that I send out. And then I give them stuff about what's going on with interest rates. And I give them stuff about some of my special offers that I do. My 25% home buyer commission rebate program. If you buy with me, I'll give you 25% of the real estate commission back to the buyer. What else? My Hawaii offer. These are whatever your special offers are that you can do for somebody, even if it's a 2-day weekend, a 3-day weekend in Vegas, and you're willing to pay for that, or pay for the moving truck, or whatever it is, whatever your special offer is, you got to have one, and it's got to be something that everybody knows you for, because I guarantee you, every one of my friends knows on Facebook, and all my clients know on Facebook, that if they refer me a client, that they get to stay at my condo in Hawaii. And so few of them do. So few of them do, but every one of them knows that I offer that. And they always bring it up. Are you still offering that condo in Hawaii? They always bring it up. I don't even have, but all I do is I market it once every 30 days. And I'll just say, hey, I'm raising the prices a little bit on my condo in Hawaii. So if you were thinking about going, act before the end of the year, because I'm going to raise my prices 50% next year. And I'm still half of what everybody else charges for ocean view condos in Hawaii. But just want to let you know. Oh, and by the way, if you refer me any clients, you get to stay at my condo for free. And that's how I always throw it in there.
Yep. I completely agree.
Anybody who refers me deals in this group can use that in their own marketing, and we can work out a deal together. So that way it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to offer that to your clients. But I'm telling you, it works so well. They always say, what's the catch, Fred? What's the catch? What's the catch? What's the catch? There is no catch. There is none. You just refer me a deal, it closes. I offer a match and beat guarantee. If you have a person looking to buy a house, they'll be able to stay at my condo in Hawaii next summer, and it's not going to cost them any money to do it. It's just my way of saying thank you for using me as their realtor. It's my way of saying thank you for using me as their mortgage guy. But you gotta, along with all your articles that you send out, you gotta have some special offers. Offer back 25% of your real estate commission. Go work at 100% office, like a Remax office, where you make 100%, or whatever the case may be. Or work under my license where you get 90% on your own deals. I'll give you 90%. If you give away 25% of that 90%, you still get 65, right? And but what it does is it creates referrals, and that's the main thing, is the referral, because they get you, they see you do a good job, they see that you care, you close the deal, and then you get the referrals. You would get the referrals anyways, but they're more likely to give you a referral if you have something special to offer them. Just trust me on this. I've been doing this type of marketing for 15 years, 20 years, and I know what works. So I'm just telling you, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just listen to what I'm telling you, because it works. And I've used it time and time and time and time and time again. I mean, I'll never stop you doing it. It's like, I'll never stop eating food. I'll never stop drinking water. I'm never going to stop using my condo in Hawaii as bait. And it's the best thing that I've ever done in my entire life, hands down.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I want to cover this because this has been an eye opener to me. Let me resume sharing. Why aren't you? I know the screen is on pause. I want to unpause. Why aren't you unpause? And Hardeep is blowing up. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to share the screen one more time. Let me try it one more time before I turn this off. I know that people think that I personally send too many emails. I don't have a team. I am not Grant Cardone. What you are looking at is an email from Grant Cardone because I wanted to watch his free 10X webinar. That was a week ago. Can I say this? And I send a lot of email. This dude sends more email than me. He sends a lot of email, in fact. On a daily average, it's somewhere between 3 and 5. If I had to average it out, it would probably be about 4 emails a day. at different times during the day. I realize that I send a lot of emails and follow up. Generally, my average is about 3 emails a day, and they usually revolve around the event. And then I try to do one in the morning or in the evening to remind you to watch a video. That's all I do. This dude does a sales pitch. And by the way, this guy has more money, bigger teams. This is as big as it gets for marketing. He has hired the very best. They're sending out close to 5 emails a day to sell 10X and constantly getting the click here, open this, click to reveal, watch this webinar. Here's a free gift, grab a ticket, come to my event. He really wants me to go to his business booth, which, by the way, $5,000 for his event. So they push and sell it as hard as they can. For those of you that are reluctant to send 1 email a week or 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your list, this is Grant freaking Cardone sending out I'm telling you, because I know the other people in the industry and how many emails they send. This is more prolific than me, and I thought I was the king of sending a lot of email. Grant's got me beat by 2 emails a day. And that's reality. So for those of you who have lists and you don't send an email out to that list, you're insane. You're insane. How can anyone take action? There's obviously a reason. There's a metrics, because I would think it would get to be pretty easy for him to be thrown into a spam box. I keep looking at him in case there's something I want to use from one of his emails, and some of them I like some of them, but to me, these are very easy things all of you can do. Very easy. Setting up a website, setting up the social media correctly, setting up email correctly, doing these things. If you're not going to do them, then yeah, you should hire me. And for the people that hired me last week, I'm going to give you 6 to 8 weeks of content as soon as everything is done. I want them set up correctly. I rushed Lori's. I wish I had to do it again. In fact, she's the next site. I actually have to take all of this down to fix it correctly because I rushed this project. And I now have to debate whether or not I want to change the SEO I've already done. Now it's only 3 days of SEO I put in, but if you're not going to do it, get someone to do it. I'm just telling you straight up, get someone who will put in a couple of months of putting that content up, of making sure that you are getting eyes on your name and on your content. For everybody here that's interested, go ahead and raise your hand. I know that Lori's on the call and she'll get a hold of you if you want this kind of work done for you. We've had a couple of people and their stuff should be all set up, but go ahead. If you're watching this as a replay, there's probably a link. I could probably handle 2 more. I'm getting pretty good at my morning and after. I'm actually posting twice a day as a test. I like a morning and I like an afternoon. That's just where I'm at right now with posting content. So I'm going to turn off the recorder right here. If you're watching this, click the link, like, share, subscribe, etc. Hopefully you're getting all of that. And lastly, if you're interested in having that work, click the button down below. The results are evident.